What's going on, people of Earth? We get ready to do a sausage ball recipe, and this is just a sausage ball that I'm making, and I'm doing it, making it my own. Sausage balls, you normally don't hear about sausage balls until you start getting around the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and things like that. But I think you can eat sausage balls any time of the year. We got a client that brings us some all the time, and hers are always delicious. So I hadn't made any in a while, so let's try mine. All right, these are going to be a little bit unusual here. Of course, we're going to start off with some sausage, and we've got two different types of store brand sausage that's already ground up. We got some hot ones, and we got some regular mild ones here. We've got some onions here. You're gonna need about a cup of onions. Got some celery. Got some jalapeno peppers. We got some cheese, and we've got some cream cheese. We got some extra sharp cheddar cheese. Got some regular mild cheddar cheese. Some garlic. We got some biscuit mix because you're going to use that to help bind it up somewhat. And we've also got some buttermilk in here too. And we also have some Gruyere cheese as well. You probably don't see celery in sausage balls very much. And then the spices, Worcestershire sauce, you're going to use that, some ground cumin. You can pick any type of stuff that you basically like, guys, without over salting it is the thing you've got to worry about. So we're going to see how it all comes together. All right, guys, to save you some time, I've gone and chopped up my onions, my garlic, my jalapeno peppers, and my celery. We have already chopped up our three different types of cheeses. That's the Gruyere, that's the sharp cheddar, and the regular mild cheddar. Now, you want to use a block of cheese. You don't want to use the ones that come already pre-shredded, guys. And I didn't know that until I saw a bunch of videos. And the reason why is those packages of cheddar cheese that you buy in the store, they're coated with something to keep them from sticking. See how these things are kind of sticking to one another? So we don't want them to stick. So again, it's a little bit of work to do, but you do need to kind of take you a little grinder thing, one of these right here, and shred your a grater is what that's called. Shred your cheese. So we want to keep this light and fluffy too. That's how you get good sausage balls. It's by keeping this light and fluffy. So now we're going to add the flour to this, and we're going to mix that flour in there with it. We're also going to take your cream cheese out early and kind of soften it up. And if you have to, put it in a small water bath or something to soften it up, because you want this to be nice and soft. All right, we got our cheese in there, and we're going to mix in this. At some point in time, you're going to have to use your hands, guys. You're going to have to use your hands to mix all this stuff up. So I put some gloves on just because I didn't want it to get super messy, which is probably going to get super messy, but anyway. And these are not work gloves. They're just exam gloves. I just use them because they're heavy duty. Again, you want to kind of mix it up in there. Mix it up real thoroughly. Get all that cheese in there. But again, you want to kind of keep it crumbly and try to keep it light as well. Now, when we add the flour in there, that's going to make it a little bit better, because you don't really want to form the sausage balls right now. So you could actually form the sausage balls now. You don't want to form those right now. Okay. You're going to get that stuff all mixed up in there. And it's not sticking too much. So now we're going to add our flour in here. And just add a little bit at a time here. And see, that even lightens up the load a little bit more. So we're not going to show the whole filming process here. Just kind of wanted to show you what to do. And sausage balls are not a short process. I guess if you use regular shredded cheese, it could be, but the way I'm doing it now, it's going to take you a little while to do it. But get that all shaped up in there. All right, guys, look how light and fluffy that is. And that's kind of how you want it. You want it to be light and fluffy. You're not going to be able to soften up all of these pieces here. You're going to have some bigger balls and some bigger balls. You're going to have some bigger pieces than other pieces. So now we can add our vegetables to it. Now that's going to add a little bit of moisture because it looks a little bit dry now. So we're going to add our vegetables to it. Just kind of spread them out. You can also add you some spices in here at this point in time too. Just get a little bit of paprika. Add some cumin to it here. We're just going to put a touch of this Tony Chachere's. We don't want to put a whole lot in there. And I will probably start sneezing here. And we're going to mix that in. All right, now we're going to add our sausage in. And see, the good thing about the sausage is it's already been kind of ground up. So we're just going to take some little pieces in here. Going to work them down in there. And again, there's nothing like market fresh sausage here. So we're just going to grind that up in there. It's going to be so good here. My wife's trying to sneak around in the background, trying not to make no noise. And telling me to shut up. All right, I'm going to round that all up in there. Now this will add a lot of moisture to your sausage balls here too. It's going to be so good here. Now this is when your hands are really got to get kind of got to get clingy. So we're not going to show this whole thing right here. We're going to come back once I get it all ground in there, and then we're going to show you how to put them on the platter. Hey Marcia, can you come over here and got to get the wife to help. Could you hit that pause button right there? See, this is live video, y'all.
Pause.
All right, now we've got it all mixed up here, guys. We're going to add a little bit of our Worcestershire sauce here, just about a tablespoonful. And then we're going to mix that in, and then we'll start to make them into the classic sausage balls. All right, guys, that Worcestershire sauce made a big difference. It really made it come together. Now we can start spooning it out and putting it on a, get you a piece of parchment paper to use, because you don't want to put it directly on the pan itself. Use a piece of parchment paper. All righty, now we're going to take, this is just an ice cream little scooper here. You don't want the sausage balls to be big giant. I guess you could make some big Fred Flintstone ones if you wanted to, but we're just going to make some small ones here. Just kind of pack them up in there like that. And you could do it by hand too. And just kind of, see, put them on the platter just like that right there. Do several of them. They come out perfectly. Well, they don't come out perfectly. And sausage balls are not supposed to be perfect. So we're going to get these done, and then we'll come back and put them in the oven. All righty, that's what you get. That's about the size you want. You want them to kind of be spread out like that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 24 of them. And we still got a whole lot left over, guys. A whole lot left over. So again, we're going to freeze some of these. We're going to make these now. And then we're going to freeze some of them. We're going to put them in the oven at 375 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. Just depends on whenever they get nice and brown. All right. So I've got about 4 layers of these right here that I'm going to freeze for later on. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. 87 sausage balls. And the way they're smelling right now, I can probably eat 20 myself. All righty, it's been 20 minutes, and this is what they look like, guys. And man, they look delicious. They're sizzling. They're going to be so good. I know they're going to. They are. It takes a little bit of time to do these, guys. To do them right, and but try them your way. Add whatever types of vegetables you want to. You don't even have to put vegetables in there whatsoever. You could have just used the sausage and the cheese. I just like to kick mine up another notch or so. But that's the sausage balls. Thanks for watching the video. We're going to taste these things. I know they're going to be delicious. Okay, I know y'all just waiting on camera to see me, waiting by to see me eat one of these. I had 3 of them. They're delicious. Look at that bottom right there. Nice and crispy and brown. Nice crunch. They are delicious. I mean, I can see why people sit around and eat these things like crazy. They are super good, guys. And I'm sorry that you got to hear me smacking, but they are so, so good. They are delicious. Try them. You'll like them. Make a recipe your own. That's how you get by. Look at the basics of how recipes are done, and then you make it your own. That's what I did. Peace.